Welcome to Seeing with Your Soul, the podcast aimed to inspire you to find your voice and become the best, truest, and most authentic version of yourself. Spiritually intimate, soul-to-soul conversations, life-changing insights, and spiritual teaching and healing. Real, raw, unfiltered. Join your host, Tisha Michelle.
Welcome and welcome back to another episode of Seeing with Your Soul with me, your host, Tisha Michelle. So this is a story of transformation, a journey from stagnation to liberation. It's a tale of breaking free from the loop that confines our souls, discovering the transformative power of a shift, the space that I'm currently in. So what is a paradigm shift? It's not just a change in actions, it's a transformation in the way we perceive the world. It's about altering the lens through which we view life, allowing us to see with our souls, trust our intuition, and start to really believe in our capacity for change. So have you ever found yourself in a situation where every day feels like a repeat of the last? I have spoken about this on numerous podcast episodes before this, and I just called it the Groundhog Day, right? So let's talk about the nature of loops, understanding how they manifest in our lives, and recognizing the emotional toll that they start to take on us. And by identifying these loops, we can begin to loosen up the grip that it has on our souls. So how do you know when you're ready for a paradigm shift? So here are some signs that I personally believe that are indication that you're on the verge of a transformation. So sign number 1, feeling a persistent sense of dissatisfaction with your current situation. It's a clear sign that you're ready for a change. Your soul is starting to crave for something more, something deeper, and really just something more meaningful. So sign number 2, an intense desire for personal or spiritual growth. It often signifies that you're ready to move beyond your current limitations. And a lot of those limitations are the ones that you have allowed on yourself. So this longing for expansion and self-discovery, it starts to act as a catalyst, guiding you towards the path for a change. So sign number 3 is feeling stagnant, stuck, or trapped in a cycle. It signifies that you've outgrown your current circumstances. And this sense of confinement can be uncomfortable, but it's also a powerful motivator for seeking change and embracing new perspectives. Sign number 4, when you find yourself questioning long-held beliefs and perspectives, just know that that's a sign that your mind is open to change, it's ready for that shift. And this willingness to challenge your own convictions indicates a readiness to embrace a paradigm shift. And acknowledging these signs is the first step towards embracing change. And I've said this plenty of times, with awareness comes change, and with change comes growth, right? So let's talk about a couple of practical steps that you can take to embrace a paradigm shift, spice it up. All right, step number 1, begin by cultivating mindfulness in your daily life. Practice being present in the moment, observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. And mindfulness forms the foundation upon which your paradigm shift can really just rock out with, right? If you don't have a firm foundation, everything else will just start to crumble. So when we are living in the past, there's the depression. And when we're living in the future, there's the anxiety. So we have to bring it back to the only thing that truly matters and really exists is the present moment. So you can even do something by start with just mindful eating. How many of you can relate to sitting down to eat? Maybe if somebody's around you, you're having a conversation with them, you're eating your food, and you're on your phone. So where's your attention really at? It's everywhere, and it's scattered energy. So that's an easy way. I don't want to say easy, because something that's easy for me could be hard for someone else. But I just suggest that your next meal after listening to this podcast episode, I want you to just be present. Chew your food slowly. Look at your food. Don't look at your phone. Don't have a conversation with anyone. Just be present with what you're doing and just eat. Just eat. Step number 2. So engage in regular meditation sessions. Use this time for deep self-reflection. You can start exploring your desires, your fears, your aspirations, because meditation allows you to connect with your inner self, and it starts providing valuable insights into the changes that you seek. So when we start to allow our mind to get as still as it can be, we start to, how do I say this? We start to get rid of all the gook and all the junk. And we start to really connect with, like I said, our inner self. and the changes that we're seeking, they kind of just start to drop in, or you just start to think a little differently because you're not thinking from a place of like fear and a place of avoidance. You're just, again, bringing it back to being present, right? So step 3, incorporate positive affirmations into your routine. Like, you can affirm your worth. You can start to visualize your desired outcomes for this change. Allow yourself to believe in your ability to manifest change. And positive self-talk can definitely help reshape your mindset and pave the way for a new perspective, right? So a lot of times when people hear like, oh, just state your affirmations, they're like, oh, this is so trendy and this is a buzzword. And that may be the case. However, it goes a lot deeper than that. Our subconscious mind, which is the deepest and most powerful part of ourselves, it doesn't know the difference between real and imaginative. So when we state our affirmations, especially the powerful I am, it doesn't know if you're making this up. It doesn't know if this is real or if it's imaginative. So we want to be like, I am worthy. I am lovable. I am dope as shit. I am open to change and I'm attached to nothing. All right, step number 4, embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. So instead of like you're looking at a challenge and saying like, oh my gosh, this is here to stop me, switch it around and embrace it and say, oh, this challenge is an opportunity for growth. I get it. Because every obstacle is a chance to learn. It's a chance to evolve. And when we start to approach those challenges with resilience and a willingness to adapt, embracing those lessons, they start to, what's the word, I guess, accelerate the journey. It just like kicks it into gear. And let's know, like, change is not always easy. I get it. So I'm not just spitting off these things and saying, do this, do that, like it's super easy. It's not, and I know that from experience. But I also know through experience that change can be so dope. When you look back, you're like, dang, and you be like, I did that. And when we start to address common challenges faced during like our paradigm shift, such as self-doubt, we get that fear of the unknown, and that external resistance, we just be like, what the heck is going on, right? But when we start understanding these challenges and learning how to navigate them, it's definitely going to empower you to like keep going, because you're like, oh, that's not as scary as I made it out to be. And a lot of times it seems so scary and uncomfortable because it's just unfamiliar. And that's what the thing is. We don't know. We haven't done this before. So we're like, which also goes back to not having a sense of control. But when we start to understand that it's all the same energy, so this energy that is coming up that's making you want to stay in the same place because it's unfamiliar, it's scary, you take that energy and you channel it into fear, and then it'll just stop you. It'll stunt your evolution and your growth, right? But if you look at it as energy is just how do you express it, how do you transform it, and you say, wait a minute, I haven't been here before. This feels very uncomfortable, but I'm also curious of what it's going to do. Where is it taking me? So it's the same energy, but it's really just up to you of how do you express it and how do you channel the energy. Are you going to have it stunt your growth? Or are you going to have it like accelerate that thing? And it's super important when you're going through this paradigm shift to celebrate your growth, no matter how small it might seem. Because when we start celebrating like our achievements, you start to reinforce your commitment to the journey. And it's also allowing you to build the momentum needed to sustain it, because that's what it's all about. It's about sustainability. So we don't want to just like, look, okay, we're trying to go from point A to point Z. And because we're not at Z yet, we forgot about B, C, D, E, F, and G. And we just was like, whatever, that wasn't nothing. That was just so tiny. But it's not. It's not. So we definitely want to make sure that you're celebrating everything. So after you listen to this podcast episode and you have your next meal, and then you just like quickly put your phone down and you were just eating your food, and maybe a few minutes went by and then you pick your phone back up, I still want you to celebrate that shit. Because normally you would have never put your phone down. From the time you got your food, you was playing on your phone, until the time you was throwing your food away. Right? So celebrate that. If you start to meditate and you lasted 20 seconds, because 20 seconds meditating can feel like a very long time when you're used to your mind constantly racing. I want you to celebrate that shit too. Celebrate it all. Like, you deserve all of it. All of it, all of it, all of it. And I want you guys to remember that breaking free from loops and embracing a paradigm shift is not just an event, it's a process. It's a continuous process. So I want you to embrace your soul's journey, but I want you to do it with an open heart. And I want you to do it with a curious mind. I want you to trust the process, and I want you to know that you have the power to shape your reality. And also know that your story is unique, but your story is also ever evolving. And as you continue your journey, I want you to keep exploring, keep evolving, and keep seeing with your soul. Until next time, bye guys.
Thanks for tuning in to Seeing with Your Soul. If something you heard resonated with you, feel free to rate, review, and share with others. If you are looking to go deeper, you can connect with Tisha Michelle on Instagram at Mindset Slayer or visit www.healingalignglow.com.